My name is Tyler. I'm in my car and I am recording this because my car is broken down and I am right near the fields. The fields where the monster lurks. The fields where my best friend died. Dylan Armstrong was his name. And I will be joining him soon. I know it's coming. I can feel it coming. That fucking thing and his blood all over it. I'm not gonna live. I am not going to live much longer now. So this is why I am going to record this. Dylan's parents. Oh. I am so sorry for your loss. I am so sorry. Don't bother looking for him. He'll just be there, laying in that field, just like the rest. I'm freezing cold in my car, and I don't care. I'm just gonna tell you what happened from the dark memories. A few days ago, on the weekend, we were just gonna start college. You see, me and Dylan, we went through high school together. I wish preschool. Maybe I would be able to know him a lot better. Not that I didn't already. Oh god. You see, we're young daredevils, and we heard about this thing on the internet, the Scarecrow. It said that no one really makes it out alive, and the only person who did, because he can't handle what he saw. And of course, us being dumbasses, we want to know what is in there. In the fields, why it is so dark, why the animals avoid it. We went into the pub. All the townsfolk were there. We were just having a good drink, cause tomorrow we were going to be... Oh, tomorrow back then. We were going to be going out into the fields. Oh, about 1 or 6, I can't remember, but all I know, it was hitting dark. Maybe 5. We brought it up with one of the townsfolk. Everyone looked at us. Everyone looked at us as if we had no arms or no legs or not even a head. They told us to forget about it, to never go anywhere near it, near the fields. We asked them why, and they told us. In 1933, 5 children went missing in the fields. There was a picnic nearby. All the families were having a lovely picnic, but it struck. It struck them that they were in the field. A young boy by the name of Thomas died in those fields long ago. Everyone knew the stories, but they didn't realize that they were in the fields. The fields there where it lurked. The monster. The monster that guards the fields. No wonder there were no animals, no birds, nothing. The crops were never touched. They didn't realize. They even camped for the night, and that's when it happened. The screaming of the children, they said, was too much for them to bear. They ran after them in the direction where they heard them, but they could never find them. They were heading into the woods. Something had grabbed them. Something had taken the children. The families lost it. One father made it back into the town to call for help. Help came, but what they found was too much. They found all the bodies. The children weren't found, but the parents were. The scratch marks that went into their stomachs, that went into their necks. One was even ripped in half. What can do such a thing? They called the police. Well, they only had one sheriff in the town. The sheriff went out a few nights afterwards to see if they were there. He didn't make it back. And no one has set foot in the fields again. Except for us. The two daredevils. Stupid ones. They begged us not to go in there, but we did not listen. It sounded like such a thrill. And we love ghost stories. We loved them, didn't we, Dylan? Didn't we? We parked the car up just outside. Close to the road, but it was a dirt road, so it was very bumpy. That's what I remember before we went in. It was bumpy and I was scared. We've done these things more. We've done these things all over America. But what we were going to see, what I was going to see, I can't sleep. I won't sleep, because if I sleep, it will get me. I'll just have to spend the night here. Of course, we decided to bring a tent. We brought the tent. We set it all up. We saw this really funny looking scarecrow. Very tall, big build. It was scary. It had an odd look to it, an odd feeling, an odd everything, if I had to say. It wasn't right. It was as if it wasn't supposed to be there, as if Satan came up and dropped it off. No, it was Satan. A monster. As we set up camp, we told ghost stories to each other, trying to heat us all up and scare us at the same time. Oh god. We talked about the rake, that one. Well, my favourite. We Slender Man. Oh, it was another one. We heard the rattling in the bushes. Footsteps, if you have to say. Light footsteps. We always wondered why there were no wildlife. Insects weren't even there. We joked about how there were no flies. It was time for bed, we guess. We checked out where the noise was coming from. We thought it was just a fox. Stupid us. Stupid Dylan and I. Like always, we went to sleep. And of course, I didn't wear anything but boxers, because I was an idiot, and I was a daredevil when it came to camping. I was an idiot. You see, year 8 camp, I went, I was in boxers. Oh, it was fun. I didn't have a sleeping tent or anything, a sleeping bag to sleep in, or it was just nature. I've done that ever since. The look he gave me on year 8 camp was amazing. It was a you're a dumbass. Oh, I would never be able to see that again. Cause he's he had trouble sleeping, even though he slept like a rock. I think I was the one who had trouble sleeping. I knew it was out there. I knew death was out there. I couldn't wake him. He would freak out. He was more scared, I guess. I shrugged it off and just told myself that it was just an animal. How do you, a 6-foot animal outside our tent? We woke up the next morning. Dylan had a very, very big nightmare that we both died. That I died in a car. Ripped apart. He was ripped apart. Oh, it kinda sounds like the situation I'm in right now. Cause I'm in a car. And I know it's coming. I'm literally fucked. However, we were walking out there. He didn't experience anything scary except me. I did. He didn't. Apart from that nightmare, he was fine. It was on the way out when we realized that we found the children. The children were standing in a circle, backs towards us. They looked as if they were just taken. They had nothing, no harm was done to them. We walked up, then we realized they were surrounding the scarecrow. The scarecrow. This fucking scarecrow. The scarecrow looked at us. It jolted towards us. It jumped over the children. We were in a state where we couldn't move. Dylan's screams could be heard from the whole area of the fields. It was as if they echoed through a tunnel. There was no tunnel. That part was a blur. I remember getting up from the ground, seeing the blood all over him. Dylan's body was tossed towards my area where I was. I saw his eyes before he died. I could sense what was going on. I could feel his pain. He was going to die quick. But it wasn't going to be painless. He was gonna stay there for a second. He looked up towards me. Oh God. When he died, a small bit of me died, and I ran as fast as I could when I got the feeling back in my legs. I knew it was behind me, gaining. I got towards my car, and I blacked out. Now I woke up here. My first instinct was to check if I was okay. Then I realized Dylan was in the car. I realized I had blood on me. I realized it was his blood. And I remember the memory of seeing that hideous creature. It had a cry. It wasn't a cry, it was a screech. A low screech. I don't know how to explain it, but it was terrifying. And now I'm recording this for you. For the families. My family. Dylan's family. Cause I know it's coming. I know it's coming. It's coming. It's coming for me.